feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
We have a lot going on, as you can see, a lot of events, very jam-packed. I also have my New Jersey tour coming up. I'll be heading to New Jersey, Massachusetts, Dallas. So there's a lot happening. Very, very excited about it. But let us get started. I really want to connect with you and really kind of bring it in. So let's see, who are we starting with here? So excited about this. Let us see. How about we bring in, how about Christina? Let's bring in Christina.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How are you doing?
I've been better, but I'm hanging in there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, what can I do for you tonight, Christina?
I lost my mom 2 months ago, so I was just hoping
to connect with her.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I feel like with mom, Christina, I feel like with mom, I definitely, for me, I get a feeling of unexpected passing. Would that be correct? Would you understand it to be like a bit of a shock or a little bit of a surprise at the timing of her passing?
Yes.
And I just get the sense around mom, though, I feel like mom, I just feel like she liked to be a little bit in on everyone's business. I'm not necessarily calling her nosy. I'm not going to go ahead and call her nosy, but I definitely feel like she wanted dibs on who was doing what and wanted to be in the know with everything around her. Does that make sense around mom?
Absolutely.
And I just feel like as I tune in, like, it's funny because she's always checking up on everyone. So I feel like she'd always go around, wasn't afraid to make a phone call. Do you understand that? Makes you feel like wasn't afraid to kind of get on the phone and have a call or the chit chat and things like that. Does that make sense? Now, the other thing too, I don't know, would you understand if mom wore those, don't say, well, we would like to call them muumuus. Do you understand if mom wore her muumuu or her house robe? Makes me feel like there's a house robe, especially towards the end, getting comfy, getting like laying back, getting comfy. So as soon as she got home, everything's going off and the comfy robe is coming on. Would that make sense?
She had a blanket.
Okay, so you covering herself in a blanket every day, or just, it's almost like a routine I see, kind of coming in, everything gets off and I get into my comfy zone. That's kind of the feeling I get around her. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes? Okay. I just really also feel like with her, it's interesting because I just get the feeling where she shows me really loving, I just feel like loving to kind of be the center of attention, like really loving the gatherings at the house, loving the people getting together. Like I feel like she really loved when family was together or she was surrounded with family. Would you understand that with her? She gives me a 2, Christina. I'm not sure if you connect to the number 2. So
she
would that
passed on July 2nd.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So she's bringing in that too and letting us know. But she also gives me, now the funny thing is I feel like we try to, I'm laughing because I want to explain. I feel like we definitely tried to honor her in a way that we know she would have loved, right? But I can just see her in spirit trying to like reorganize where things are going. So I feel like maybe you might have had flowers in one spot and I feel she's going, no, put them over here. No, put them over there. So I feel like for her, she would have done that in the living, a little bit of like, oh, I like this here and I like that there. So she shows me doing that from the other side, right? And I just feel like as well, Christina, she gives me white, like in white flowers or white roses. So I'm not sure if you understand a connection to white roses with her or white flowers with her. But she really gives me the sense of the white flowers. So do you know if at the service? Did we have white flowers, or is there a connection to having a single white flower with her that you can think of?
No. The only thing I can think of is we had moved and we were planning making the old pool house a chicken coop, and we had to dig up around it, and we found like a bunch of bulbs. We weren't sure what it was.
Okay.
And when we just buried all the dirt, all these white and like pink lilies showed up.
I feel like that's what she's talking about, especially the white ones. And it's interesting because I was going to say lily, but I kept seeing white, so I wasn't thinking lily. But I really do feel like from her, this is her letting us know. I feel like they're going to blossom more and more. Like she just gives me the feeling of kind of being around this, and also shows me a hummingbird around this as well, Christina. So you might start to see hummingbirds being attracted to the flowers that are being planted. Okay. I feel like with her, it's obviously, I feel like things have been very difficult, but she also just kind of snaps her fingers and says, hey, I'm okay. Like, come on, everyone. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, so she really gives me that sense around her. I also, it's interesting too, she just made me feel like there's a prayer. I don't know if there's a prayer that you would know hanging in her house or hanging in your house, but she gives me the sense of a prayer. You know, even something that says, watch this house, or just something about this. Would that make sense to you in your house or her house?
I mean, we have the prayer cards from the service out.
Okay, but they would be on display then? Because to me, this is on display.
Yes, we have built-ins, and we
see.
just
Okay,
finished painting them, and my dad didn't know what to do with everything, and he literally, the basket that the funeral home gave us, he put everything out of that basket on the shelf.
Okay, so she knows that this is being done, or she knows that this was done. Okay, and then the other thing that she gives me is, I feel like, now she gives me a 3. So Christina, are there 3 siblings? Is that correct? Would there be 3 children for her? Would that be correct? Do you understand that?
It's me and my brother, but I have my stepson here with me. She had moved in with us before she passed.
Okay, I feel like I don't feel like that's quite it. I feel like she's giving me a 3. So would you understand the month of March connecting in any way for a birthday or a celebration?
That's my dad's birthday.
Okay, got it. I feel
March.
like yeah, this is it, because I feel like what she's doing is she's really with dad. I feel like he doesn't quite know. To me, I just feel like he doesn't quite know how to handle everything. And it's almost like he doesn't quite know, in all honesty, how to move on. But she really gives me a feeling like he has such a broken heart. And she's just saying, please surround him with love. Please make sure he's busy.
He's here.
Keep him busy. Oh, does he want to pop on camera with us?
Dad.
Is he feeling bold enough?
Yeah, he would like it.
Okay, let's see if we can get him to jump on, because I feel like she absolutely, she absolutely wants to talk to him, but I almost feel like she wants to kind of give him a nudge too. There we go. Let's see. Hi, Dad.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how are you, hon?
I'm hanging in there.
Well, listen, I feel like your wife, first of all, she's quite the firecracker, okay? So
Yes.
your wife is not one to take no for an answer, and I feel like what she says goes in the house, okay? And she gives me a feeling that you've been a little bit of a mess since her passing. And she keeps telling me to let you know, she's doing fine and not to worry, but also it's like she wants you, it's like she's just saying, come on, let's move on with this. You're okay, we got this, you know? And it's knowing, like, I feel like it was very difficult to not have enough time to say goodbye to her, but I feel like she knows that you were there, she knows that you were around her, and she really gives me this sense of telling you that she loved how much you protected her. She loved how much you absolutely took care of her. And she really gives me the sense of just kind of wanting to also say that she would do this all over with you again. She absolutely loves you, and also she loves the care and thought that you put into that mantle, into the love around it for her. Okay, so she's letting you know that she loves that you did this for her. And one other thing, she shows me either a handprint or a thumbprint. I'm not really sure what that is about, but I don't know if you know a connection to a thumbprint or a handprint or something of
We,
hers.
at the funeral home, we
Put the
asked
camera on you so I can see
for,
it.
we
Oh.
asked for them to take her fingerprint.
That's it. Okay. She knows, just gave me goosies and she gave me chills, and she expects dad to do great things with this. So I feel like we are looking at ornaments, pendants, like she really get a tattoo. Somebody's getting a tattoo of it. So she really feels like it's all about spreading the love. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's please know that she is okay. She is at peace. She is feeling wonderful. And I just feel like for her, she doesn't make me feel like there's suffering for her passing. And I feel like that was important to get to you guys as well. Okay. So just please know that. And I will leave that with you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Lots of love to you. Lots of love, guys. Thank you.
See you in Jersey.
See, okay. I'll see you in Jersey. Great. Thank you. Okay, here we go. All right, let us bring in another one here. How about we bring in Terry?
Hi, Colby.
Hi, Terry, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, not bad, not bad. And what can I do for you tonight?
I would like to hear from Pat.
Okay, let's see here. I
need
get
the
the sense, I'm sorry?
You need the relationship?
Sure, what is the relationship?
My mom, another mom.
Okay, got it. I feel that's great. I feel like though when I connect to Pat, I just feel like there's a sense with Pat. I feel like there's a sense with Pat where there's a real savviness, sharpness. I don't know. I really get a sense that this was a lady, especially in her younger years, just active, very much. I think like to move around a lot. Would that make sense, Terry?
Yes, I can take that.
Okay. She also gives me a feeling where I feel like with her, there's a sense where, for whatever reason, Terry, I feel like she wasn't always able to communicate well. So I'm not sure if you understand that, but maybe it's even something at the end where she's giving me a feeling of not fully being able to communicate. So would you understand that around, maybe even around the end of her life?
Yes.
Okay. And I also feel like, I don't know, but would you also understand if she was getting more forgetful or a little bit of trying to stay on top of things, but kind of things where it was difficult for her to stay on top of things? Would you understand that with her?
At the very end, yes.
Okay. And I just know with her, though, I just feel like with her, I don't know. I feel like such a sense of sharpness. Again, prior to the end, I feel like there's a sense of sharpness or a sense of like savviness, just a sense of a good speaker, a good talker, like a good conversationalist. There's something around this that I get, that she just loved to kind of talk with people. Would you understand this?
Yes.
And I feel like also she loved to kind of, well, I would say I feel like she loves to be right. I mean, I guess who doesn't? But I just feel like she loved this sense of like helping or talking, like talking things out or helping people. There's just such a sense of like bringing peace to things. Would you understand that?
I can understand bringing peace to things, but not.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And I just feel like with her, I just know with her, I just see a sense of, I don't know. I feel like there's a sense of beauty with her. I feel like there's a sense of beauty within and on the inside and outside. Do you understand that with her?
Yes.
Just a sense of beauty on the inside and outside. And I feel like she gives me a sense that you have a ring from her. So would that be correct? You understand getting one of her rings. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she also gives me a heart for you. So I don't know if you physically have a heart with a necklace or a pendant, but she shows me a heart for you, giving you a heart. Okay. And I also feel like now one of the things is she shows me how proud she is of you for the creative work you do. And she definitely shows me like that flair in the kitchen. She really gives me kind of a real sense of pride around that. Do you understand that? Like, would you understand a sense of pride that she would have around that?
Of her cooking, or with,
I think more about you, more of a sense of pride around you doing it and you cooking and you kind of taking taking things beyond to all new levels. That's kind of what she gives me around it.
I can take what you're getting at. Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. And I just feel like I don't know if this is with you specifically, but would you understand that maybe some things were unsaid at the end, or I don't know. She makes me feel like not everything was said at the end. I'm not sure. Would you understand that with her?
Not necessarily, no.
Would you understand it with someone else in the family by chance? Or maybe not everybody was able to be there.
I believe everyone was there that wanted to be, that she wanted there.
Okay. I just feel like, I guess what she gives me the sense of, she just really gives me the sense of um, just wanting you to know, or wanting people to know, that she felt at peace with everyone. She felt good with everyone. She felt loved by everyone. She makes me feel like she could just feel the love coming at her. And I feel like she just wanted to say that. I just feel like she couldn't say thank you, or she couldn't speak at the end. And so I just feel like she wants to make sure she thanks everyone, and just to let people know how beautiful. I feel like there was just a lot of, to me, music. I just keep hearing music. So I don't know if someone was playing music, but I just she keeps making me hear music, and makes me feel like it's beautiful and it's soft and it's loving. And she really gives me a sense of this being like a beautiful send off to her. Okay. I feel like her hand is being held. Like, I feel like her hand is being held as she transitions, because she gives me the sense of holding my hand as it's almost like letting me go till I go. And it's interesting too, because I feel like her mother is on the other side, and I feel like there's a male on the other side that may be dad. But she gives me the sense of going to love, going, like they're there to take me. They're there to kind of, take me to the other side. So that in itself felt very beautiful. Okay. I just really get the sense as well. I feel like there was writing for her, Terry. I'm not sure if you wrote a eulogy or you wrote a passage for her, but she gives me the sense of writing for her, or writing for her life. Would that make sense to you?
I actually spoke. So it wasn't
Okay.
right.
Okay, got it. She gives me the sense of, it just made her, it was beautiful, and it made her feel, I just feel like she always had great deep love for you, and I feel like she always was so proud of you. But it made her feel so good to feel the impact that she had on your life. Like, I feel like that's kind of what we talked about. And I feel like that just, she just smiles from above. She just gives me a sense of smiling around this. And I do want to say one more thing is, I feel like she shows me that there was a beautiful picture of her out. I just feel like there's this beautiful picture that was on display, and it might be something that was a little older. I'm not sure, but she gives me the sense of saying, "Oh, I love that picture. You picked a picture that I love." So she gives me a sense of that. So I feel like it was just kind of knowing the choices that we made. I feel like everybody worked together to kind of really say, yeah, this is what she likes. We know her. And I feel like, again, it was done with such honor and grace, and that made her feel just so loved and so amazing. Okay. And is there any questions that you have for me that you want to ask?
No, I think you described her personality, and I feel a lot of comfort from the reading. So I thank you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like just one thing is she just keeps saying like don't stop. She just keeps making me feel like don't stop. That
Mm.
she's like now she's kind of it's interesting. Like now she's on your wings. So I feel like she's on your wings and she's taking this flight with you. And it is like it's time. It's really like she can't wait to see where we go with this. And I feel like she gives you all this love around it. So you may notice some feathers, you may notice wings, you may be attracted to angels. So just know, Terry, that's her just being all around you with that love and that light. Okay. So I'll leave that with you.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Colby.
You are so welcome. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let us go and connect to another one, and then we'll take some of these comments here on Facebook. So many, so I really appreciate it. Let us go to Angel. Hi, Angel.
Hi,
How are you, honey?
I'm good. Going through a transition, so
Okay, okay. Well, what can I do for you tonight?
really open to just whatever's showing up, but I'm at a precipice point of making some decisions on relationship and guidance
Yeah.
and expanding spiritually, and so
Well,
there's
let
just a
me
lot.
just tell you. Yeah, let me tell you what's coming in, and then we are going to go from there. Sound good to you?
That sounds
So, a
great.
couple things. Okay, couple things that I get coming in is the first and foremost is to please allow yourself to release control. It's almost like sometimes they're saying like you're holding on to things where it's time to start letting them go. And I feel like as they're letting them go, it's just showing me spirit is bringing you the new opportunities. Okay. And I definitely feel like what's super interesting around this, I feel like there's a big transition in work or career for you, Angel. So I feel like it's very much about like, it's very interesting. I don't know if you've started a spiritual business or you're wanting to do coaching or something along these lines, but they're saying, yes, this is where they're guiding you. Okay. So they're really giving me a sense of guiding you on this path and for you to just allow the gates to open. So it's very interesting. And also what's kind of interesting too, Angel, is I'm wondering too if it's, I feel like there's a very strong connection to angels and guides. I know your name is Angel, but I also feel like it's about trusting the guides and the angels, because I feel like you are downloading a lot of information from them. But sometimes we waver between trusting it and just surrendering to it. So I keep feeling like to allow yourself to surrender to this. Would you understand that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, when I go into relationship here, Angel, it definitely gives me a sense where things have been feeling a bit tricky around relationship. Would you understand that? Or a bit challenging around relationship. Would you understand that? I
Yes.
keep hearing that it's so important not to settle on your self-worth. Okay. So I feel like it's really important not to settle on your self-worth and to really understand what it is you deserve in a relationship. Okay. And the other thing too, which is really interesting, is please don't let anyone dim your light. Okay. And there may be something in this relationship where you're not fully free because there may be a bit of dimming your light. Would you understand that around this, Angel?
Yes. Yeah.
And I know this is difficult, and and I know it's hard, but I also feel like I feel like you're at a point of breaking free from all these ties that are no longer serving your highest good. Okay. But interesting enough, I keep feeling like there is, you know if we decide to kind of move beyond this particular relationship, I do feel like there's a whole marriage coming in. I feel like there's this whole kind of crazy abundance coming in. I just feel a strong connection around kids for you. So I feel like we'd be having a family. So it is really interesting. I wouldn't even be surprised if the person coming in the marriage may have a child or two of their own, and it just kind of becomes together, and it just feels beautiful, and it feels loving, and it feels very supported. Okay. It just feels like you're in a situation where I feel like you don't have that sinking feeling of I'm choosing my future or I'm choosing this relationship. And I feel like it comes together as one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So and I just know that it is about putting it together. It's interesting that spirit just makes me feel like everything's been pulled apart. Everything's been just kind of unfolded, okay? I just feel like to me it's like everything is being pulled apart so that it can kind of come back together. So it can come back together for you and then help you kind of see your path and get you in alignment and really help you really the word I'm looking for, accept your purpose, to allow yourself to fully accept your purpose and stop fighting it quite so much, okay?
Okay.
And I feel like there's going to be a move for you, honey, Angel. I feel like there's a move as well coming in. So all of this change keeps coming around. So it's going to be fabulous to see what happens in the next year, because I feel like if you keep trusting and surrendering, the only place we're going is up, okay?
All right.
So I will leave that with you, hon, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let us answer some of these beautiful Facebook people here that have questions. Sarah here, let's show Sarah. Sarah, if you're watching. So as I choose you and I go into things, if you are able to post in the comments and such, that would be really great as quickly as you can, because it just feels really, really wonderful. Okay, so Sarah, kind of what comes in for me, for you, is I feel like there's the essence of a mother on the other side for you. So I feel like it's a mother for you, or a woman who you would understand to be like a mother. And she really keeps showing me a sense of being with you, especially as a child. So really kind of sitting with you, doing little art projects with you. She really gives me the sense too, as you spent time growing up with her, that she really kind of empowered you. She really shows me this sense of being very kind of excited and very proud of you. And I feel like her passing really gives me a sense that it felt like such a loss, because in a way she was also a friend to you, okay? And then the other thing I will say quickly around this is I feel like as well, she gives me a father around you as well. So we may also have a father, or perhaps that father figure on the other side for you. So in a way, it's like feeling like you're starting over, or you're, you know, alone, and they keep sharing that you're not alone, that you're not by yourself. And I feel like this man, he really gives me, he absolutely gives me a sense where he gives me a sense with him where I feel like he gives me a sense of like liking to work. I think it was physical work, physical fixing things, maybe be something mechanical, but he really gives me the sense of always kind of tinkering on things, fixing on things. And he just kind of also gives me a sense that he may have been a smoker, or there was something connected to his lungs, because I'm getting a sense of that around him as well. I just really share that they're giving me a lot of love for you. And they keep telling you to just be strong. And also, I don't know if you would understand someone like a brother for you on the other side. But that person, he's younger and he steps in full force just to kind of give me like a big hug and just kind of give you a little bit of a hard time, because he just gives me a feeling like that's kind of the banter that you two would have back and forth. So they're just letting me know that they're with you and they're around you, and to give you all of that love. Okay. All right. Let us bring on Catherine here. Catherine would love to hear from her husband. So Catherine, one of the things I get around your husband is honestly a lot of love. I just feel like for me, I get a sense where he gives me a sense of being strong for you. I just feel like, you know, because he puts his arms around you, and I feel like, you know, this is a man who loved to be there for you, loved to be present for you, loved to kind of just show up for you. He also gives me the feeling too of just being, feel like he's super talkative, but I do feel like he's very, very witty. So I think he's like got these great one-liners, or this real wittiness about him. So if you're connecting, just go ahead and please put things in the comments so that we can just go ahead and see them, since we can't bring you on camera, okay? But just know also, I feel like with me, there's a feeling where I feel like he may have been having some health issues prior to his passing as well. So I feel like it was, you know, that situation of trying to catch up to things or trying to kind of stay on top of things. And I feel like it was all very, very quick. So I feel like it was very difficult. Okay. And so if you can validate, you know, just say, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that I understand. Because that just kind of helps that, just for our listeners to kind of have a little bit of participation in this as well. Okay. And I just know with him, I just feel like with him, he shows me cards. So I don't know if you guys used to play cards or games or understand this, but he gives me a sense of cards around him as well. So yes, 5 months from the time here. So we'll just kind of post these as these are coming along, and thank you. But it keeps showing me, you know, through this where I feel like, you know, again, even though this 5 months, only 5 months, it's like, I feel like he was still trying to kind of get things together or try to organize things, and it just feels like there wasn't there. And so, okay, so always buying you cards, not necessarily playing cards. But it keeps also showing me, I feel like we may have an anniversary coming up, Catherine, because I just saw flowers and balloons. So I'm not sure if you can understand a birthday coming up or flowers or balloons, but he's really giving me that and a big kiss around that. Okay, so a big kiss around that. And he also shares with me, I know that you are talking to his picture every day, and he keeps making me feel like, you know, he is showing me that. Okay, he is showing me that you are talking and kissing the picture. Okay, and he gives you a lot of love around that. And I feel like for you, you know, it's something where you two were pretty inseparable, Catherine. I just feel like you two were pretty inseparable. I think everybody knew you were always together. Where you were, he was, and I feel like he loved nothing more than to be by your side. He wished to be nowhere else but to be with you. And I just feel like, I don't know if it's just that he wished he would have exercised a little bit more. I don't know if it, or he had problems with his legs, so he couldn't quite get out and be as active as he wanted. But he just gives me a feeling of letting you know that I do feel like, you know, he very, very much appreciates you. He very much appreciates, like, you just being by his side day and night, day and night. And I know it was very difficult to see that decline. And I know it was very difficult to see that decline in him. But I feel like you always had a brave face, and he appreciated that brave face. Okay. He gives me a sense of saying, I appreciate you. I love you. And also gives me, he really shows me a flag, Catherine. So I'm not sure if we have a connection to Independence Day, or perhaps if there's a connection to him being in the service, or if you have a flag outside the house. But he shows me a flag, an American flag. So again, there is that connection as well. So I just feel like, you know, he wants to kind of just give that blessing to you, that love to you, and to let you know that he is right by you, and he sits with you. And I don't know, it's interesting. I wonder if you have a tear at the moment, because he makes me feel like he's sitting next to you, wiping a tear, literally, maybe even in this moment. Okay. And so I will just leave that with you, with love, with light, and to know that he absolutely is around you, and to know that he is doing just fine, honey. And just fine. And I don't know what it is. He keeps showing me a yard. So I don't know if yard work is needed. Maybe we got to get around to rearranging the yard, but he kind of says it's time to expand. It's time to kind of get on these projects, and just know that he's around you and with you as he does this. Okay. All right. Let's just do one more. I'll answer this one quick one here. So if you're on it and can do it, this would be great. Would love insight on my upcoming move. I'm building property, and I'm wondering if there's anything I should be aware of. Will it be smooth? I'm just going to be honest. To me, there definitely feels like there's some bumps here, Tina. nothing that you can't tackle and nothing that should discourage you from moving forward. But I absolutely feel like there may be some setbacks, and it could be that perhaps the timing, maybe they're not starting on time, or there's a delay in something. So I feel like that is coming up. There may be something too, which is really interesting, where it's really about, it could be even a delay with something around permits or something like this. But I'm feeling like, just to get your ducks in a row, so as you're building this and doing it to move forward, I want you to really get those ducks in a row. Try not to get too stressed out, because it feels like if you let the stress come in, I just feel like that's going to distract you, and it doesn't need to. Okay. I also feel like it's really interesting, because I feel like there's an idea you have around something you're building, and the contractor is like, I'm really sorry, this can't be done, or we came across this issue. And you have to kind of release a little bit of the vision in order to kind of take it in a different direction. But it feels like when you do, it actually ends up even more incredible than you could imagine. So it's a blessing in disguise. So again, my recommendation is to not let this stress you out. Don't let those bumps get to you. It's also interesting too, I feel like as you build this, which is interesting, I feel like there are memorial stones for the people you love in spirit. So I don't know if that's something you thought of, or garden stones, but it's interesting that this becomes part of the property, a little bit of a sanctuary for you. So I hope that helps you and answers your question. Okay. All right, everybody, that is the end of this episode. And I'm so sorry I didn't get to all of the questions and connections, but please know you can absolutely follow me each and every week. We are live each and every week. So come and join me, and you may get your random message through. Also, just remember, we've got the Janet Nohovic event where I will be doing spirit messages there. So please grab a ticket, come join me. All the links are here, so you will have it and you will be able to do that. We have the Joe Shield class and so much happening. So I just want to thank you for all your love and all your support, and have a beautiful night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.